Did Tucker Carlson call President Trump's recent moves corrupt? Well, sort of. Tucker Carlson sat down with podcast host and former Navy SEAL Sean Ryan. They discussed Trump's recent Middle East deals. Let's watch.
I see all these negotiations going on in the Middle East, and then I don't know when these buildings were approved or when these deals got done, but then I also see like, oh, there's a brand new hotel going up in Dubai or Abu Dhabi and another one going up in Doha, I think. And I'm like, did these like just get done also with the deals that just happened over there, or was this earlier?
Tucker Carlson further questioned the Trump organization's Middle East deals. Take a look at that.
No, I don't know.
You don't?
I've not made $1 in the Middle East, not one.
Well, I mean, you're a lot more on the inside than I am. And
No. I'm just a visitor and a traveler and a watcher. But I don't, there's
that stuff kind of worries me. It's
well, it seems like corruption. Yeah.
Per NBC News, the Trump franchise is expanding in the Middle East. They signed deals to build a Trump International Hotel and Tower in Dubai, a golf resort in Doha with Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund's real estate arm, a Trump Tower in Jeddah, and a hotel under construction in Muscat. So he's building all over the Middle East. He's accepting $400 million jets, but reporters are not supposed to ask him a question of whether this is a gift for all of the business and economy boosting you're doing all over the Middle East and that your son is doing in your name, because he's not attached to this, allegedly.
Trump is meeting with Middle Eastern leaders, engaging in diplomacy, and building Trump buildings in the Middle East. Our previous presidents were leveling buildings in the Middle East, so I'd say this is an improvement.
When Tucker Carlson goes against you, there's some foul.
I don't know that he was
okay.
Going
he went against.
It might be corrupt, and I agree, it might be corrupt. We are in an unprecedented situation, where yes, the leader of our country is also a very successful businessman with conflicting business interests all over the globe, and
that may invite foreign influence over our decisions in our country, but that's fine with you.
Now we have to play the foreign influence game.
I think
I want to get along with other countries. I want peace, prosperity, and trade. And it seems like that's what Donald Trump wants to. I don't want to do things that just benefit the president for the bottom line that are contrary to the interests of the American people, but I think what's generally in the interest of the American people is doing deals and building things. If the American people had grave concerns about Trump using his position to enrich himself personally, Democrats called plenty of attention to that. Donald Trump was reelected anyway. I think the people just said, well, we're not concerned enough about it. I don't know what other check on it there can be. You didn't
Trump
have to
is
vote
worried
for the
about
president.
benefiting one person, and we know who that is, Trump. That's why this is not going to become like the Statue of Liberty. This is going to become part of his personal library.
Talking about the Cutter jet.
Yeah, the Cutter jet, right? We understand that. So I just want to say he's building golf courses. He's invested in cryptocurrency. These are all things that he's working with the Middle East on. And so he is not like recused from everything that his son is doing. Trump International is a property that he stepped away from to be president. But you're telling me that his son had no dialogue?
Kushner.
Huh?
You're talking about Jared Kushner.
Yes, Jared.
Yeah, Jared Kushner is, I think, not a positive influence on Trump and MAGA. In fact, I think Jared Kushner had too much involvement over foreign policy in the first administration. This was not to the liking of a lot of hardcore Trump MAGA supporters, because Jared Kushner is a former Democrat with much more internationalist and interventionist leanings. It is Jared Kushner that had the plan to eject everyone from Gaza and claim the land for, I don't know, his own business interests or Israel or the U.S. or someone else. It's a terrible plan. That's a Jared Kushner idea. That's not a Donald Trump idea. So I hear you on not doing things just because Jared Kushner wants to do them. I'm all for that. But
we also just approved a $142 million arms deal in Saudi Arabia. And so, we're having these conversations about what was in exchange for what. It's a little bit of a murky water when you are profiting a lot in these Middle East countries, but then also America is coming into different deals with them in the AI space, in plenty of things that people, even cyber experts are like, why are we trying to help them build an infrastructure over there in the Middle East to do better in AI? Like, how does that benefit America? Shouldn't we be worried about it over here? People think that it's actually going to lead to some misuse of AI with them coordinating with China, since they have a strong relationship with China as well. And so there are actual concerns about some of the things that Trump is doing that I think we all should be looking hard at, and especially journalists should be questioning him about, because some of this just reeks of inappropriate. And also, we have rules that require Congress to approve things like gifts, which is why we were talking about the Qatar. Yeah, no, he said it first. He said it first, and then he went, okay, whatever.
Congress is not going to accept it. No, but Congress is not going to be serve any meaningful check on what the president does, unfortunately.
But it also doesn't benefit us. As I mentioned, if people were watching the show earlier this week, is that we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that this new Qatar jet works properly for a presidential Air Force One. So it's going to cost taxpayer dollars. I know, but he took it. And so this is part of the overall deal of, what do you owe me now? Because now I'm investing in your community. I'm hiring people that live all over the Middle East with all these new properties that are going to be enhancing your workforce. I took the jet, and now it's like, Donald Trump, you owe me, we owe you. This is an even exchange. And we're going to figure out what he's exchanging on behalf of the American people that we did not agree to.
We all owe much to each other.
No, that's a ridiculous stance. I can't.
Next up, Andrew Cuomo takes aim at the Democrats while the DOJ opens an investigation into his administration's COVID response. That's next.